Anti-corruption bodies and other government agencies are currently investigating suspected human trafficking operations carried out under visit visas, allegedly involving high-ranking officials. Simultaneously, similar suspicions have led to the launch of investigations into trafficking under the guise of educational visas. Because visas are easily granted based on enrollment documents from destination country institutions, human smuggling through educational visas has become increasingly common. Following complaints that many students on such visas were prioritizing jobs over studies, the government has temporarily suspended the issuance of new study permits.
विद्यार्थीहरु एकदम +2 मात्र गरेर गएको छन्, कोरियन भाषा पढ्न पनि गएको छन्, ब्ल्याकलिस्टेड युनिभर्सिटीहरुमा पनि पढेका छन्, जुलुस निस्किसक्यो खोल भनेर मन्त्रालयमा आइसक्यो, मैले पनि हुँदैन खोलिदैन। हामीसँग कागजमा 1.5 लाख रुपैयाँ लिए पनि एक्चुअली हामीले बुझाएको पैसा चाहिँ 15 लाख छ, 16 लाख छ, 18 लाख छ।
हामीले दिएको अनुमति पढ्नको लागि हो, तर उहाँहरु चाहिँ कामका लागि अनुमति लिएको जस्तो भयो हुनाले यो चाहिँ मुख्य विकृति हो। उता चाहिँ पैसा कमाउनको लागि र कामकै लागि चाहिँ गएको भन्ने खालको यो रिपोर्टिङहरु त्यस्तो खालको छ।
Irregularities persist in the issuance of no objection certificate, a mandatory document for studying abroad, and it indicates the rise of trafficking through educational channels. Allegations have surfaced that NOCs were issued in exchange for bribes, even to students lacking proper documentation. As a result, the Ministry of Education has formed a probe committee to investigate. Another significant red flag is the existence of thousands of unregistered and illegally operating educational consultancies across the country. These consultancies often lure students with false promises, increasing the risk of exploitation and fraud once they're abroad. According to Ministry of Education, some students have even ended up at blacklisted or disreputable universities, highlighting that many are using educational visas primarily to seek employment rather than to study.
युरोपियन कन्ट्रीजहरुमा पनि तपाईको विगतमा रसियन कन्ट्रीजहरुमा पनि समस्या आयो। तपाईले सुन्नुभयो यो विगतमा चाहिँ कोरियाको पनि तपाईको यो समस्या आयो। र यति मात्र होइन, अस्ट्रेलियाका पनि तपाईको विभिन्न ठाउँहरुमा विद्यार्थीहरुले चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि डेरा नपाएको, विद्यार्थीहरुलाई आवासका सुविधाहरु सजिलै प्रबन्ध नभएको भन्ने लगायतका। अब यो सबै चीजहरुमा हामीले एउटा के छ भन्दाखेरि सरकारले एउटा सिंगो नागरिकको चोइसको लागि, नागरिकको इन्ट्रेस्ट प्रोटेक्ट गर्नको लागि, नागरिकको छनौटलाई सम्मान गर्नको लागि कानुनी प्रबन्धहरु गरियो। ती वैदेशिक निकायहरुमा या संस्थाहरुमा उहाँहरु अध्ययन गर्नको लागि जानुभयो।
The ministry says Nepali students travel to over 2,000 educational institutions in 116 countries, and approximately 110,000 apply for NOC each year. However, representatives of the education consultancy sector argue that linking student migration with human trafficking is unjustified.
पार्ट टाइम जब गर्न पाउने त्यो देशको श्रम मन्त्रालय अन्तर्गतको ती श्रमिकहरुको अधिकार छ वा त्यो देशमा पढ्न जाने विद्यार्थीहरुलाई त्यो अधिकार प्रत्यायोजन गरेको हुनाले त्यसलाई आपत्ति मानिरहनु पर्ने अवस्था छैन। त्यसलाई त्यसरी श्रम शोषक रूपमा लिन हुँदैन।
While it is acceptable that those providing services legally and responsibly should not be held accountable for malpractices committed by unregistered or fraudulent operators, a counter question remains. Can they take responsibility for those operating illegally? The fact that the Ministry of Education itself has launched an investigation confirms that illicit practices do exist in this domain. With Vikas Joshi and Binod Kojo on camera, a report by Narayan Kilambu for Kantipur News, Kathmandu.